Hi there, Jake here, and I know it's been a while. I believe my last video was the announcement for the new channel, Let's Be Superheroes. But the last time that I really chatted with you guys in a Jake Says Hi was for the sort of New Year's wrap up of 2024. But I figured I'd say a quick hello to wish you all a very happy Power Rangers Day. It's hard to believe that it's been 32 years now since the premiere of Power Rangers, which is kind of a milestone. That's 2 to the 5th power, which feels like a very Power Rangers thing, to the 5th power. I know that it's also been the 50th anniversary for Super Sentai with Gojuger, which I sadly have not been able to keep up with in any meaningful sense whatsoever. I am so far behind on Toku. So much of my watching habits were tied to my editing habits. I was always just watching things while editing, and now that I'm no longer working on power reviews, hours and hours and hours every week, I no longer have like TV shows playing in the background like I used to. And for the new channel, Let's Be Superheroes, that's a very different style of editing for me, so I also haven't been watching too much in the background on that, and my computer is really getting towards the end of its life, unfortunately. I'm looking into maybe transitioning to a different computer. I know that there hasn't been too much to celebrate on the Power Rangers front as of late. Obviously, it's been nearly 2 years now, which is wild, since the conclusion of the series, because Cosmic Fury wrapped in 2023. And then I spent, a whole additional year finishing Power reviews, which is no longer on my plate after 12 years. So this Power Rangers Day has really been I kind of the first one where I've been in sort of a post Power Rangers existence. I haven't been working on any Power Rangers videos. I have not been consuming any new Power Rangers television. I sadly have been fallen behind a lot on the comics, which is a shame because Melissa Flores is awesome and I want to support her in all of her endeavors. It's just I've had a lot of other things on my plate. It's been very challenging trying to balance everything and finding that me time to enjoy tokusatsu and comic books and, get the occasional Power Rangers toy. I believe I've got some Q Ranger over here, but not too much else. I attempted like one game of Heroes of the Grid a few months ago. It's a shame I haven't had that much Power Rangers in my life as of late. For the first time in over 30 years. Even when there was the 1 year break between RPM and Samurai. Like obviously there was still the reversioning. And it was still something that was always at the forefront of my mind. But now it's a very different Power Rangers Day. I still want to make sure to recognize it with all of you, but it's definitely a strange one. The only thing that we seem to be really seeing on the horizon is we've been seeing the rollout of the production photos for the big Ninja Kids collaboration, which is going to be some sort of brief web series. I don't know enough about Ninja Kids to know what the format of that would look like. And I'm going to admit, I haven't been delving into it that much because I've been busy with so many other things in my life. It's looking interesting though. I'm not 100% sold on some of the redesigns. I love that they created them in collaboration with Toku J, who's done great reimaginings of so many past Power Ranger suits. It's just a shame that they weren't able to fully realize them with some of the colors and stylized aspects missing, some of the proportions being a little bit different. I would love to have seen those suits fully realized, but it is nice that they are at least putting forth that attempt, and it does seem like there is quite a bit going into whatever this collaboration thing is going to be. So I do appreciate that there is something being produced right now that does seem to have a little bit of effort behind it. Not just the AI upscaling thing that that Playmates are doing with the reignited launch, which is a little bit confusing as well. I don't know what they're trying to do there on that front. I feel as though the brand is a bit muddied right now. I know that there's ostensibly the Disney Plus series coming out at some point. That's apparently moving forward, but I'm still reserving my judgment because there was, for so long we were waiting on the Jonathan Entwistle universe, and I was really looking forward to seeing his take on it before that collapsed. So I'm kind of reserving my judgment and my thoughts on what might be going on with the new Disney Plus series. But that's about it when it comes to the Power Rangers front right now. It's strange. As I said in some of my final videos from last year, I've kind of, after decades of being so deeply entrenched in this franchise, I've kind of said my piece on a lot of it, but I can't let a Power Rangers Day go by unremarked upon. With regards to what some of the things are that I have been busy with, my new job, I just finished my first year teaching in my new school district. It's been really great, just, a lot of work, really delving into some new updates with physics standards, things like that, getting to know my fellow physics teacher, because for once I'm actually at a school where there is another physics teacher, and we've been hitting it off and collaborating a lot. Taking care of our house. There's a bunch of different house projects I've been working on that have been pushed off for the last few years. Obviously, taking care of my kids. It's been summer, so I've been full-time daddy daycare for the last 2 months. The summer is steadily coming to a close, but just trying to keep up with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, that on its own has been, my life over these last 2 months, and really over the last year as well. Taking care of them, in the evenings and weekends, working with MJ, raising 2 kids, is a lot in and of itself. And that's putting aside the extremely challenging project of Let's Be Superheroes. If you haven't checked out the new channel yet, please do. Please subscribe, check out some of the videos that we've put out already. I've done 2. I have another video that's coming out in a few days that's going to be a little bit of a different focus, and there's going to be another big one that I have planned for next month. My collaborators have done some great work. Henry Kathman, Sam M. the Demifem, Orange Ranger Videos, and I've got a few more collaborators in the works. It's a very small channel at this time. I'm hoping that it will grow over time as Power Reviews has, and that many of you will check it out if you haven't already. If you want to see a little bit more of what I've been doing in terms of civic engagement, I did a whole video on civic engagement back in April that tackles some of the things that I've been working on, going to town hall meetings, doing phone banking again for some special elections, all sorts of things like that. I've been in communications with a local assemblyman, doing some research for some potential legislation that I'm passionate about, and volunteering with some local groups. I did my first video for Let's Be Superheroes on Food Not Bombs, which is a great group that I'm still involved with. I'm currently working on a video for the National Union of the Homeless. I've been working with some other volunteers to do some media support for a few additional groups like the Poor People's Campaign and the National and the Nonviolent Medicaid Army. I haven't started really in-depth work on that yet, just in communications, trying to do my part. So, yeah, you may not have been seeing or hearing from me much these last 8 months. It's not like I've been really taking a break, unfortunately. We did have a family vacation this month. That was kind of our one big break. Unfortunately, a few days after that, I got sick for a week. MJ got sick. BB's sick. RJ's doing mostly okay, and we're trying to keep it that way. It's been a challenging summer, a challenging year, and it's been interesting adjusting to this kind of new phase of life. I turned 40. I'm officially 40 years old, dad with 2 kids, and MJ and I celebrated our 10-year anniversary, so 10 years married. Hard to believe. I know that our original engagement was announced on this channel. So, yeah, growing up, fully in this dad phase of my life and trying my best to make a difference and transitioning from trying to save the multiverse in fiction to doing what I can to save the world in real life. A lot of stuff that I've been working on, I think, is coming together in some really meaningful ways. But I do recognize that we have been dealing with some very dark times this year, and I'm trying my best to stay positive and keep moving forward, because I know that we don't really have any choice but to keep trying to move forward. Keep pushing forward, keep trying for a better world. Because as I was speaking with someone the other day about, my efforts towards basically saving the world, or creating a new one, whichever way you want to look at it. And I was told, you gotta, recognize that that's kind of unrealistic. One person can't do that much. And that's true. We need to be all working together. We need to be all working towards the common goal of making a better world. But even if it seems like it's not possible, my response to the being called unrealistic was to say that when reality is unacceptable, the unrealistic becomes necessary. We need to believe that we can do what might otherwise seem impossible. In many ways, it's the only way to move forward. When we're up against seemingly insurmountable odds. I put in 12 years of my life to this 100-episode project that kind of unlike anything that anyone else had done. And that felt possible so many times to actually see the end of it. But I did it, and I'm going to try and keep that energy moving forward and keep that spirit of the Power Rangers moving forward. And that's how I'm celebrating Power Rangers Day. By just continuing to keep that spirit of you just can't give up, can't stop fighting to save the world and make it a better place. I hope that you're all finding your own ways to celebrate. I hope that you've had a wonderful Power Rangers Day. And let's keep this moving forward. Let's save the world together. So, again, check out Let's Be Superheroes for ways that you can be a hero in your own community. And happy 32nd anniversary of Power Rangers. Again, 2 to the 5th power. Happy Power Rangers Day, and until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.